Hey there, we're back with coffee on the porch with my dog, and you can hear the birds outside. But I wanted to talk about something that has been on my mind for a while now that was a nice revelation for me, and I hope maybe it will help you as well. And that is how to frame your mindset when you can't do anything about your career change or your dreams or the things you want to do. Maybe it's moving across country, any of those sort of things. If the circumstances of your life aren't conducive to you making the shift and the change that you want to make right now, what do? A lot of times we think, well, I can't do that, so that's just a fact. I can't have what I want. I can't have my dreams. I can't do it ever. And I want to give you a reframe, and I'm going to give it in a story about my gardens. So my yard is basically one big garden, some flowers, some vegetables, a lot of perennials. I'm not a fastidious gardener. I just like to garden. Actually, I like to weed. I like to see things grow. I like to grow things from seed, from scratch. And I'm kind of a, random, sort of chaotic gardener. Definitely not a super organized one. And for a lot of reasons outside of my control, and some inside of my control, choices that I'd made that didn't really turn out the way I thought they would, which happens to all of us. If that's happening to you, there's nothing wrong with you. Everybody has plans that they think are going to turn out and then they don't. Or you make some choices that you think are going to, say, give you more time and they give you less time. But for a lot of reasons, I was not able to tend to my yard/garden for the last, I'd say 8-ish years. Like, it had some care. It had minimal keeping it alive care. And then in the last couple of years, it just basically went wild. I didn't have the capacity to deal with it. I didn't have the physical strength to deal with it. And I just had to make the decision that, it's nature and it will do what it does. And hopefully one day we'll either start over or something. And I didn't have a lot of high hopes. I was just like, well, maybe this will work. But a lot of my thoughts were around all of this work that I had put into this place that I love to be, this beautiful garden, all wasted, all of that effort for nothing. And there was a pretty negative thought loop going on. I was really not at peace with it at all. I also really like to be out in the yard, in the garden, and I just couldn't make it happen for 2 years, which seemed like a really long time for me. And I wasn't sure what would happen, but I didn't really have a choice. And the piece of hope that I want to give you is that this year, as I'm able to start rehabbing the garden, it was actually there. It was definitely overgrown with weeds. It needed some love, but less work, less than I thought it would need. And all of my big perennials were still there. The lupin was still there. The rhubarb is still there because you can't kill that stuff. Strawberries were still there. Raspberries were still there. All the flowers, all the delphiniums, everything was still there. It needed some care, but it didn't need as much care and overhaul as I thought it would. In fact, it was so much less work, and the work was so enjoyable because I hadn't been doing it for so long. I was so happy to be out weeding out the strawberries and uncovering the peonies and things like that, that it was really easy and enjoyable work to bring it back to life, basically. And it made me think about sometimes there are dreams that we can't execute on right away. Maybe you want to change careers, but it's going to be a few years out, or you've just had kids and it's not really practical, or it would make life really hard. I want to encourage you to not abandon those dreams or those desires of changes and shifts that you want to make. You can put them in a pause mode. You can put them in storage and keep them alive, sort of keep them on life support, either mentally or by doing it a little bit or by taking baby steps. But just because you can't have your dream today, you can't do it right now, even if it's going to be 10 years from now, it doesn't mean it cannot happen. And time passes a lot faster than we think it does. And before you know it, the right time for all the cards to fall into place will happen. So I just want to encourage you. I know that there's a lot going on in the world right now, and sometimes big shifts aren't possible. So I just want to encourage you, don't abandon yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. Keep going, just keep them alive, and know that you can put them down and pick them back up, and they will be there for you. So I hope that helps. I'll talk to you soon.